Hello everyone, I'm Shannon, writing under the pen name of SC Houston, and this video is a thank you to all of my Kickstarter backers and those who supported me on my very first Kickstarter. Almost exactly 9 months ago, I launched my very first Kickstarter campaign to get this book out into the world, A Curse of Scales and Feathers. And this was my first book into fantasy romance. Before that, I was writing YA fantasy, and I really wanted to see if Kickstarter would be a viable route because I had spent a lot of money on my first series and trying to get that published. And although I probably would never stop writing, I didn't know if I would continue publishing. But my Kickstarter did really well. It funded at almost 300% what I had originally aimed for. And the reason why I am making this thank you video, partly due to my Kickstarter backers, there are certain levels where I wanted to say thank you in different places. I have it in my book. At the back of the book, I have a thank you to all of those who backed those tiers on Kickstarter to get that thank you. And I also wanted to do this to say thank you to everybody who backed at those tiers to get this personal thank you. I am not very good at saying names, so I am going to put all of the names here on the screen. Without all of you guys, I would not have had a successful campaign. And the other reason why I'm doing this thank you now instead of right after my Kickstarter ended, which it ended at the end of July of last year, is that I wanted to do this thank you as the cap to having everything done. So I did originally plan to have everything out to my Kickstarter backers by November of last year, but one of the stretch goals and also part of the special edition hardback cover is that I was going to do an alternate POV short story that was another romance that was happening in the background in A Curse of Scales and Feathers. And I already knew how it was going to start, and I had an idea of what I was going to be doing with it. I didn't think it was going to take that much time, but as I started writing it, the characters really sucked me in, and I ended up calling it my not short story. I didn't finish the not short story until January. It ended up being just over 72,000 words. And of course, then I had to get it into the the hardback cover edition and get a proof copy to the house. And all of that takes time because you have to wait for the center to print it and distribute it. And that total process took like almost 30 days before I got my proof copy. So then I went ahead and ordered everyone's copy. They all came in on Thursday of this past week, and I put together all the boxes and did all the packaging because these were signed copies. So I put together all the packaging and everything else I want to include all the goodies into the boxes with the signed special editions and took them to the post office yesterday and got them all mailed off. So it's done. There is nothing else that I owe to my Kickstarter backers. I have delivered on everything. And for those who are thinking about doing a Kickstarter, it is a lot of work. And they always say that this part of the process, the fulfillment, takes a lot of time. And I can definitely attest to that, especially when you don't anticipate certain things. Some of the slowdown was the holidays. Some of the slowdown was me thinking I was writing a short story when it was not a short story. But I do want to say thank you to everybody who supported me on my Kickstarter, everybody who backed me at the tiers, who get the special thanks. You are in my books forever and in this video. And some of you guys are also here on YouTube where I'm publishing this video, so I will include your channels down below. Thank you again so much, everybody, and happy reading.